This is the Iowa Weather Report for Monday, February 18th, 2013. Now, our first look at the 0Z GFS Model Run. This is at noon today. We have a trough axis just to our west. Some energy along with that. That'll be bringing a storm system our way with a bit of rain and a bit of a wintry mix and maybe a switch to light snow late in the day and into the evening. You'll see the low pressure center between Duluth, Minnesota and Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Cold front sweeping through. Temperatures ahead of it in the 40s, behind it dropping into the 20s. And with snow, mainly in the eastern counties and dusting to a half an inch. Tuesday, the snow and the rain and the warm weather is well off to our east. Northerly winds, temperatures stuck in the teens and 20s for highs, wind chills near zero. Wednesday morning, we could see lows below zero near the Iowa-Minnesota border, rising up into the 20s statewide with mainly sunny skies, but unfortunately clouds will be increasing from the south and west from the storm system to our west. And by Thursday at noon, the low pressure will be near Wichita or maybe a little bit south of there, maybe near Enid, Oklahoma. Heavy snow breaking out over the western and southern counties, sweeping north and eastward. The low pressure moves northeast and begins to weaken or fill as it moves toward the Quad Cities. Some light to moderate snow continuing into Friday. The heaviest snow accumulations look to be in the north and west. And here's the projected snowfall. This is from the 0Z GFS model run. This is not a forecast. This is a model projection showing that the red areas in western Iowa could see anywhere from 12 to 15 inches, according to this projection, with the lighter blue and darker blue amounts dropping off to 8 to 12 inches, with lighter snow amounts further to the east and to our south. Heading into Saturday, that storm is still weakening as a new low forms along the mid-Atlantic coast. That'll sweep northeastward. Still could see some lingering flurries in the northeastern counties and some clouds, highs in the 20s, depending on snow cover. And then Sunday, here comes another storm developing. Light snow will break out over the Siouxland and into north central Iowa here Sunday, mainly by Sunday afternoon. Some light snow will cover quite a bit of the state. And by next Monday, here's a negatively tilted trough axis with a lot of energy with this system. This has more energy than the storm we're going to get later this week. And what does this mean? This means the Gulf is going to be opened up and a low pressure near about Kirksville, Missouri, and some heavy snow, maybe some warm weather with some rain, maybe a thunderstorm close by. Thunderstorms over the southeast. This is very active pattern. And the pattern continues to be somewhat active heading into the 1st of March, the beginning of meteorological spring. By this point, we'll want spring, but unfortunately, the snow cover we'll still have by then is going to keep temperatures down with a trough over the east and cold weather, flurries and snow showers over the northern Midwest and into the Great Lakes and New England, a ridge over the west with a new storm moving into the Pacific Northwest with some rain and mountain snow there. And at the end of the forecast on March the 5th, we have a zonal pattern with some energy moving across the Canadian prairie provinces of Alberta, Saskatchewan into Manitoba, bit of a trough over New England. And if this pans out, this would bring maybe some rain, some snow, some interesting weather, but this is 2 weeks out, and this is probably going to change several times before we get to this, and we have several snowstorms to get to before we even get to this day. Last night's satellite image showed clouds building over the upper Midwest and the Plain states with the new storm moving in our direction. Some snowy weather over the northern parts of New England, especially in Maine, and a new storm moving into the Pacific Northwest is the storm to watch by late week. Watch warning map from last evening. Blizzard warnings in eastern and northern Maine, also in North Dakota and far northwestern Minnesota with some winter weather advisories down into Minnesota. Some freeze warnings and hard freeze watches over Florida into the south, elsewhere quiet. QPF chart precipitation over the next 5 days through Friday evening at 6 o'clock, and this includes the storm system we're talking about. You can see upwards of an inch of liquid precipitation over Nebraska into western Iowa, and that's what we'll have to watch in future days.